in the city. Year on year, the Times Mega Property Expo Hyderabad has been committed to exhibiting the best homes and investment options to the visitors over a two-day event. It is the endeavor as India's largest and most well-known media house to make real estate information accessible to the people of Hyderabad. I would now like to call on stage Mr. Kamal Krishnan, Response Head, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, the Times of India, to kindly please step forward and deliver the welcome address.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today at the Times of India Mega Property Expo in Hyderabad, a city that embodies the essence of growth, development, and innovation. This event provides us with a remarkable opportunity to celebrate the exponential growth of the real estate sector in Hyderabad and shed light on the dynamic brands and leaders who played a pivotal role in this journey. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the irrefutable contribution of the Times of India in shaping the real estate landscape of our nation. As an institution committed to delivering accurate, reliable, and relevant information, the Times of India has consistently empowered individuals to make informed decisions regarding their investments in the real estate sector. With its unwavering commitment to excellence and dedication to providing unbiased platform for builders, developers, and consumers alike, the Times of India has been instrumental in fostering growth and promoting transparency in the industry. The remarkable growth that the real estate sector has witnessed in Hyderabad has made it an investor's paradise. Hyderabad, the city that effortlessly balances its rich cultural heritage with modern infrastructure, has emerged as a flourishing hub for commercial and residential developments. The city's strategic location, coupled with its robust connectivity, has attracted investors from every corner of the world. Whether it is the success of Hitex City, the upcoming Pharma City, or the development projects in areas like Gachibowli, Shamsabad, all that, Hyderabad's real estate sector is a testament to the vibrant growth story. However, the phenomenal success would not have been possible without strong visionary leadership. It is here that I would like to acknowledge the efforts of a dynamic Minister for Industries of Telangana, Sri KTR Garu. Under his transformative leadership, Telangana has evolved into one of India's most prominent destinations for investments. His unwavering dedication to creating a conducive environment for businesses to thrive has resulted in a surge of investments in the real estate sector. His commitment to accelerating growth, attracting industry giants, and implementing progressive policies has provided remarkable impetus to the prosperity of the state. Thank you, KTR Garu, for coming over here today, and a very warm welcome to you, sir. I would also like to welcome Venkat from Aparna Constructions, Balu Chowdhury, Promoter, Director, Owner Homes, P. Srinivas Reddy, Executive Director, Rajapushpa Properties, and all the other real estate builders and developers who have joined us in this Mega Property Expo today. I would also like to welcome all of them and all the media team who has come over today to cover this large and big event, which is going to be one of those, iconic events that happens in the state today. With that, I would also like to emphasize the collaboration between Times of India, the remarkable growth of real estate sector in Hyderabad, and the support and blessings of the government of Telangana. Together, we will pay a future that is brimming with immense possibilities. Thank you all for your time, and wishing everybody a great time today and tomorrow in this wonderful expo. Thank you so much.
Test. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamal Krishnan, for setting the tone of the event. I request all our members here from press and media to kindly please be seated. Yes, let's not crowd the area where the dignitaries are being seated. Please go back and take your seats. All the people who are standing here are guests, members, press, media. Please, if you can take your seats. We do not want anybody standing here except for the security. Please go back and be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, I now request Mr. Venkat Ravi from Aparna Constructions to please join us here on stage. Yes, a big round of applause for Mr. Venkat Ravi from Aparna Constructions. I request Mr. Kamal Krishnan to please felicitate Mr. Venkat Ravi. I now request Mr. Balu Chowdhury, promoter director from Honor Homes, to please step forward onto the stage, join us here. And I would request Mr. Kamal Krishnan to please felicitate Mr. Balu Chowdhury. Thank you so much. I now request Mr. P. Srinivas Reddy, Executive Director, Raja Pushpa Properties Private Limited, to please join us here on stage. And I would request Mr. Kamal Krishnan to please felicitate Mr. P. Srinivas Reddy. Thank you. Thank you, dignitaries. Now that we have our hosts on stage, ladies and gentlemen and esteemed attendees of the Times Mega Property Expo 2023 in Hyderabad, it is truly an honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for this auspicious occasion, Shri KT Ramarao. Yes, he needs no introduction. Popularly known as KTR, he is a visionary leader and a dynamic force in the political landscape of Telangana, serving as the Minister for Municipal Administration, Urban Development, Industries and Information Technology in Telangana government. He has been instrumental in shaping the state's rapid growth and development with his unwavering commitment to innovation and progress. KTR Garu has played a pivotal role in transforming Hyderabad into a thriving hub for industries, technology, and real estate. His leadership has not only attracted major investments, but has also propelled Hyderabad onto the global stage as a city of immense potential and opportunity. Today, we are privileged to have Shri KTR Garu with us, and his presence here is a testament to his dedication to the development of our city, the real estate sector being its prime contributor. As we embark on this exciting journey through the world of real estate at Times Mega Property Expo, we are confident that Shri KT Ramarao Garu's insights and wisdom will inspire all of us to envision a brighter and more prosperous future for Hyderabad. His innovative approach to urban development and his tireless efforts to create a conducive environment for the real estate sector makes him a true leader and source of inspiration for all of us. We look forward to his valuable address, which is sure to shed light on the tremendous potential that lies ahead for our city and real estate industry. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest. Yes, our Honorable Minister, KTR Garu, is here, and he continues to steer Telangana towards unparalleled growth and success. I now request our sponsor partners to please felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest and our dignitaries to please proceed for the lamp lighting ceremony. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are Indians and we believe that before we begin any auspicious program, we remember, yes, the divine and seek blessings from the divine. Yes, I request our dignitaries to please pose for a photo opportunity. Yes, now it's time for members of press media. To capture the best pictures. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I request our Honorable Chief Guest, our Honorable Minister, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, to kindly please address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Times Group for inviting me here. Thank you, Kamal Krishnanji, and thank you to the other esteemed colleagues from Times of India Group. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of representatives of Raj Pushpa, Aparna, Honor Homes, and other exhibitors here in this property show. Andarki namaskaram. అదేవిధంగా పాత్రికేయ మిత్రులందరికీ కూడా నమస్కారం. ఈ టైమ్స్ ప్రాపర్టీ విచ్చేస్తున్న ఈ షోకి విచ్చేస్తున్న పొటెన్షియల్ కస్టమర్స్కి, వినియోగదారులకి, హైదరాబాద్లో ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్లు పెడుతున్న ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి కూడా హృదయపూర్వకంగా నమస్కారం. I think one of the primary things that we all need to understand for a city to prosper, for a state to prosper, for a country to prosper, we need to ensure that several basic things are taken care of. If you look at Hyderabad as an example, we've heard from Kamal, and we've also been witnessing a number of reports from Anarok, from Knight Frank, from Cushman Wakefield, from JLL, on how well the real estate industry in Hyderabad has been doing, the real estate industry in Telangana has been doing compared to other markets in India. I think అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, I don't think you understand Telugu, no? You do? అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, ఒక నగరం కానీ, ఒక రాష్ట్రం కానీ, ఒక దేశం కానీ బాగా వృద్ధిలోకి రావాలి, పెట్టుబడులు సాధించాలి, పెట్టుబడులు ఆకర్షించాలంటే మౌలిక సదుపాయాలు, బేసిక్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో దాని మీద ప్రభుత్వాలు దృష్టి పెట్టకపోతే ఎన్నటికీ కూడా విజయవంతం కాలేం. కానీ గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ గారి నాయకత్వంలో తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ఏర్పడిన తర్వాత కేవలం హైదరాబాద్ అనే కాదు, రాష్ట్రంలోని అన్ని పట్టణాలు, అన్ని పల్లెలు, అన్నింటికి సంబంధించి ఒక సమగ్ర, సమీకృత, సమ్మిళిత, సమతుల్య అభివృద్ధి మోడల్తో, అంటే హోలిస్టిక్గా, ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్గా, ఇంక్లూసివ్గా, బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ పద్ధతుల్లో ఇటు అర్బన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కానీ, అటు రూరల్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కానీ, ఇటు మనకి తాగునీరు కానీ, అటు సాగునీరు కానీ, గ్రామీణ అభివృద్ధి కానీ, పట్టణాభివృద్ధి కానీ, సంక్షేమం కానీ, అభివృద్ధి కానీ, పర్యావరణం కానీ, పరిశ్రమ కానీ, వ్యవసాయం కానీ, ఐటీ కానీ, ఏ రంగం తీసుకున్నా ఈరోజు తెలంగాణలో గత 9-10 సంవత్సరాల్లో ఒక సమతుల్యమైన బ్యాలెన్స్ మోడల్ మీకు కనబడుతుంది. కానీ దానికంటే కూడా ముఖ్యం ఏంటి అంటే, ఏ నగరమైనా ఎప్పుడు వృద్ధిలోకి వస్తుంది, ఏ నగరంలోనైనా ముఖ్యంగా రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ రంగంలో ఎప్పుడు పెట్టుబడులు వస్తాయి అంటే బేసిక్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఉండాలి. ఉదాహరణకి హైదరాబాదే తీసుకుంటే, టుడే ఐఎమ్ ప్రౌడ్ టు షేర్ విత్ యూ దట్ our energy security is taken care of, energy requirement is taken care of. What was about 7,000 megawatts of installed capacity in the state of Telangana in 2014 in terms of our total installed capacity in the state. Vidyut Stapita Samardhyam 7,000 పైచిల్కు మెగావాట్లు ఉండేది తెలంగాణ వచ్చిన కొత్తలో. We were a power deficit state. ఆ రోజు ఎక్కడ చూసినా కరెంటు కోతలు, పరిశ్రమ నడపాలి అంటే వారానికి 2 రోజులు పవర్ హాలిడేలు ఇవ్వక తప్పని పరిస్థితి. ఇండ్లలో కూడా జనరేటర్లు, ఇన్వర్టర్లు లేకపోతే నడవలేని దుస్థితి. చివరికి చిన్న చిన్న జిరాక్స్ సెంటర్లు, చిన్న చిన్న మన జ్యూస్ సెంటర్లు కూడా, జ్యూస్ స్టాల్ కూడా నడపాలంటే చిన్న ఇన్వర్టర్, జనరేటర్ లేకపోతే నడవని దుస్థితి అన్నాడు. కానీ ఈరోజు 7,000 మెగావాట్ల నుంచి ఇవాళ దాదాపు 26,000 మెగావాట్ల స్థాయికి మనం ఎనర్జీ సెక్టర్లో, పవర్ సెక్టర్లో ఒకదానిలో చేరుకున్నాం. అదేవిధంగా మన హైదరాబాద్ యొక్క తాగునీటి అవసరాలు, ఈ నగరం యొక్క తాగునీటి అవసరాలు, 1,20,00,000 మంది జనాభా ఉండే హైదరాబాద్ మహానగరంలో, భారతదేశంలోనే అత్యంత వేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతున్న హైదరాబాద్ మహానగరంలో ఎన్నటికీ కూడా తాగునీటికి ఇబ్బంది ఉండకూడదు. ఎందుకంటే నేను చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి చూస్తా ఉన్నా హైదరాబాద్లో, ఎప్పుడు చూసినా ఎండాకాలం వచ్చింది అంటే ట్యాంకర్లు లేకుండా, ఎండాకాలం వచ్చింది అంటే మరి గల్లీలలో, బస్తీలలో కొట్లాటలు లేకుండా మంచినీళ్ళు వచ్చే పరిస్థితి లేదు. కానీ ఈరోజు తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం యొక్క ముందు చూపు వల్ల, గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి కేసీఆర్ గారి యొక్క దార్శనికత వల్ల అటు కృష్ణానది కానీ, ఇటు గోదావరి నది కానీ రెండింటి నుంచి కూడా 100 కిలోమీటర్ల నుంచి నీళ్లు తీసుకొచ్చి బ్రహ్మాండంగా డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్ సెక్యూరిటీ కూడా పూర్తి స్థాయిలో 2052 సంవత్సరం వరకు 2052 వరకు ఈ నగరం ఎంత పెరిగినా, ఇప్పుడు 1,20,00,000 జనాభా ఉన్న నగరం భవిష్యత్తులో 3 కోట్ల జనాభాగా మారినా మనకి ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా ఈరోజు అటు కృష్ణ నుంచి ఇటు గోదావరి నుంచి ఇటు పాలమూరు రంగారెడ్డి ఎత్తిపోతల పథకం ద్వారా అటు కాళేశ్వరం ద్వారా ఈ 2 ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాజెక్టులలో 10% వాటర్ని 10% నీటిని కేవలం తాగునీటి కోసం డెడికేట్ చేయడం వల్ల హైదరాబాద్ అనే సిటీకి ఇంకా భవిష్యత్తులో డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్ సెక్యూరిటీ అనే ఛాలెంజ్ లేకుండా చక్కగా ముందుకు పోతా ఉన్నాం. దాంతోపాటు ఎనర్జీ, డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్తో పాటు ఫిజికల్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్లో ఎవరు వచ్చినా కూడా ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ ఎవరు వచ్చినా చెప్తా ఉంటారు మాకు. ఆఖరికి మొన్న సూపర్ స్టార్ రజనీకాంత్ గారు కూడా వచ్చి చెప్పారు, నేను 22 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత హైదరాబాద్కి వచ్చాను, కొన్ని ప్రాంతాల్లో తిరుగుతుంటే ఇది హైదరాబాదా లేక న్యూయార్క్ అని నాకే డౌట్ వచ్చిందని చెప్పి స్వయంగా రజనీకాంత్ లాంటి మరి ప్రముఖ నటులు కూడా చెప్తా ఉన్నారు. ఒక రజనీకాంత్తో ఒక జేఎల్ఏలో కుష్మన్ వేక్ఫీల్డో కాదు. ఈరోజు వాస్తవం ఏంటి అంటే వీఆర్ బై ఫార్ ద సిటీ విత్ ద బెస్ట్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఇన్ ద కంట్రీ. బట్ దట్ డజంట్ మీన్ వీ కెన్ స్టే కంటెంట్. దట్ డస్ నాట్ మీన్ దట్ వీఆర్ హ్యాపీ విత్ వేర్ వీఆర్. ప్రపంచంతో పోటీ పడే ఆలోచన ఉంటే, విశ్వనగరంగా మారాలి అంటే ఇంకా చాలా ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ రావాలి. ఒక 35 ప్రాజెక్టులు కంప్లీట్ చేశాం ఎస్ఆర్డిపిలో. ఎక్కడ పోయినా ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్లో మీరు రాజేంద్ర నగర్ పోయినా, ఎల్బీ నగర్ పోయినా, కూకట్పల్లికి పోయినా, శేర్లింగంపల్లికి పోయినా, ఉప్పల్ పోయినా, ఎక్కడ పోయినా మీకు ఈరోజు ఫ్లైఓవర్లు, అండర్ పాస్లు విస్తృతంగా కనబడతాయి. మెట్రో పూర్తి చేసుకున్నాం. కానీ ఇంకా ఇది సరిపోదు. హైదరాబాద్ పెరుగుతున్న వేగానికి మనం ఈరోజు చేసిన ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ సరిపోదు, అందుకే విస్తరిస్తూ ఉన్నాం. ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్ యొక్క మెట్రోని 70 కిలోమీటర్ల మెట్రోని గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారి విజన్తో మొదలు ఒక 31 కిలోమీటర్లు ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ చేయబోతా ఉన్నాం. ఆల్రెడీ టెండర్ కూడా అయ్యింది, వర్క్స్ కూడా ప్రారంభం అవుతాయి. ఆ ఒక 31 కిలోమీటర్లే కాకుండా మొత్తంగా హైదరాబాద్ లాంటి మహానగరం ఓఆర్ఆర్ చుట్టూతా కూడా మెట్రో రైలు రావాలి. మొత్తంగా 415 కిలోమీటర్ల మేరకి మెట్రోని విస్తరించాలి రాబోయే 5 నుంచి 10 ఏళ్లలో అని చెప్పి ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారి సంకల్పం. ఇప్పటికే క్యాబినెట్ కూడా ఆమోదించింది. పనులు కూడా డిపిఆర్ కానీ ఇంకా ఇతరత్ర పనులు ప్లానింగ్ అంతా కూడా జరుగుతూ ఉంది. దాంతోపాటు లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ కూడా చాలా ముఖ్యం. ఒక సిటీ బాగుండాలి, సిటీకి ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ రావాలి, గ్రోత్ ఉండాలి, ఐటీ సెక్టర్ రావాలి, లేదా లైఫ్ సైన్సెస్ సెక్టర్ వృద్ధిలోకి రావాలి, లేదా ఏరోస్పేస్ అండ్ డిఫెన్స్ సెక్టర్ బాగుపడాలి, లేదా మొబిలిటీ సెక్టర్లో ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ రావాలి అంటే డెఫినెట్గా లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ బాగా లేకపోతే, టాలెంటెడ్ సిటిజన్స్ లేకపోతే, టాలెంటెడ్ వర్క్ ఫోర్స్ లేకపోతే ఎవరు కూడా రారు. అందుకే లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ కూడా చాలా ఎఫిషియెంట్గా. నాకు బాగా గుర్తుంది, నేను హైదరాబాద్లోనే పెరిగాను. ఇందాక మీకు చెప్పినట్టు ప్రతి సంవత్సరం వారం నుంచి 10 రోజులు కర్ఫ్యూ ఉండేది హైదరాబాద్లో. వినాయక చవితి వచ్చిందంటే, గణేష్ చవితి వచ్చిందంటే కర్ఫ్యూ గ్యారంటీ. మళ్ళీ ఇంకో పండుగ వచ్చిందంటే మళ్ళీ ఏదో ఒక న్యూసెన్స్, ఏదో ఒక నాన్ సెన్స్. కానీ తెలంగాణ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఐ కెన్ ప్రౌడ్లీ సే దిస్, గత 9 ఏళ్లలో ఒక్కరోజు కూడా కర్ఫ్యూ అనేది అవసరం లేకుండా బ్రహ్మాండంగా లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ కూడా ఎఫిషియెంట్గా ఉండడం. అంటే లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ కానీ, ఫిజికల్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ కానీ, డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్ కానీ, ఎనర్జీ అంటే పవర్ సెక్టర్ కానీ, ఇవన్నింటి వల్ల ఈరోజు టాలెంటెడ్ మన తెలంగాణ తమ్ముళ్ళు, చెల్లెలు, తెలంగాణ యంగ్స్టర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వీళ్ళందరి వల్ల ఈరోజు ఏం జరుగుతూ ఉంది అంటే ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ జరుగుతుంది. ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ జరిగిన తర్వాత ఆటోమేటిక్గా దాని బై ప్రోడక్ట్ కింద రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కూడా వృద్ధిలోకి పోతుంది. చాలామంది రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ అంటే ఏమనుకుంటారంటే ఇది కొనడం, అమ్మడం అనుకుంటారు. కానీ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీ. నిజంగా చెప్పాలి అంటే ఇట్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ మోర్ దెన్ 3 million పీపుల్ ఇన్ 1 స్టేట్ తెలంగాణ. ఈరోజు రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కేవలం హైదరాబాద్కే పరిమితం కాలేదు. నిన్న మొన్న నేను చూశాను, చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు చెప్తా ఉన్నారు, ఆయన ఆంధ్రాలో ఎక్కడో మాట్లాడుతూ చెప్తున్నారు, ఒకప్పుడు ఆంధ్రాలో 1 ఎకరం అమ్మితే తెలంగాణలో 10 ఎకరాలు కొనుక్కునే పరిస్థితి ఉండేది. కానీ వాళ్ళ తెలంగాణలో 1 ఎకరం అమ్మితే మహారాష్ట్రంలో ఒక 10-20 ఎకరాలు కొనుక్కునే పరిస్థితి అని స్వయంగా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు చెప్పే పరిస్థితి. ఎందుకు చెప్తా ఉన్నా ఇదంటే ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్లో పెరుగుతున్న ధరలు కానీ, హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్న పరిస్థితులు కానీ, ఇక్కడ ఉన్న గ్రోత్ కానీ, ఇదంతా కేవలం నన్ను అడిగితే నిజంగా కూడా ఇప్పటిదాకా మీరు చూసింది కేవలం ట్రైలర్ మాత్రమే. ఇంకా సినిమా ముందుంది. ఎందుకంటా ఉన్నా అంటే ఇంకా చాలా ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. మెట్రో విస్తరించబోతా ఉంది, మూసీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి, ఇంకా చాలా ఆలోచనలు, చాలా గొప్ప విజన్ ఉన్న నాయకుడు ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా కేసీఆర్ గారి రూపంలో మనకున్నారు. కాబట్టి ఐ కాంప్లిమెంట్ టైమ్స్ ఫర్ ఆర్గనైజింగ్ దిస్, బట్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ ఐ ఆల్సో రిక్వెస్ట్ our builders in Hyderabad to compete with the best in the world. See, I keep looking at these Instagram reels. అందులో మా హైదరాబాద్ ఇంత అందంగా ఉంది అంత అందంగా ఉంది అని చెప్పి పిల్లలు పెడతా ఉంటారు. కానీ ఈ అందం సరిపోదు. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు కంపీట్ విత్ ద గ్లోబల్ cities, and if you really want to be a global metropolis, I think we have to do a lot more. నేను చాలాసార్లు చెప్పాను ఇక్కడ ఉన్న బిల్డర్స్కి, మీరు ఆ డబ్బా లాంటి బిల్డింగ్లు కడితే ఎవరు రారు. పోటీ ప్రపంచంలో మంచి ల్యాండ్స్కేప్, because what you're adding when you're building a skyscraper is essentially you're redefining the skyline of Hyderabad, you're redefining the beauty of Hyderabad. Today when somebody mentions New York, what you think of is immediately Manhattan. Even though there is Long Island, even though there is Queens and Brooklyn, everybody thinks only of Manhattan. Likewise, హైదరాబాద్ అనగానే కొంతమంది మమ్మల్ని విమర్శ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. హైదరాబాద్ అంటే కేవలం గచ్చిబౌలినా, కేవలం కొండాపుర, మాదాపుర అని. ప్రతి ఊళ్ళో, న్యూయార్క్లో కూడా బ్రాంక్స్ ఉంది, న్యూయార్క్లో కూడా లాంగ్ ఐలాండ్ ఉంది, న్యూయార్క్లో కూడా క్వీన్స్ ఉంది, న్యూయార్క్లో కూడా బ్రుక్లిన్ ఉంది. కానీ న్యూయార్క్ అనేసరికి గుర్తొచ్చేది మాత్రం మ్యాన్హాటన్. కాబట్టి ప్రతి నగరంలో కూడా ఒక స్కై లైను, స్కై స్క్రేపర్స్. ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్లో బాంబే తర్వాత వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ద సెకండ్ లార్జెస్ట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్కై స్క్రేపర్స్. ఒక హెచ్ఎండిఏ దగ్గర దాదాపు నాకున్న అవగాహన మేరకి కనీసం 12 పర్మిషన్స్, కనీసం 57 అంతస్తుల పైగా కడతామని చెప్పి 12కు పైగా పర్మిషన్స్ అన్ని కూడా మొన్న మధ్యన ఇచ్చున్నారు. అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపన్ ఇస్ దిస్ సిటీ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అ సిటీ విత్ స్కై స్క్రేపర్స్. ద సిటీ స్కై లైన్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో గోయింగ్ టు బి extremely attractive if you look at it from a visual perspective. But what needs to also happen is, in the case of some global cities like San Francisco, the cities in fact have mandated, మీరు డబ్బా బిల్డింగ్లు కడితే కుదరదు, మీరు అందమైన బిల్డింగ్లు కట్టాలి, ఇన్నోవేటివ్ డిజైన్స్తో రావాలి అని చెప్పి మ్యాండేట్ చేశారు కొన్ని దేశాల్లో, కొన్ని నగరాల్లో. హైదరాబాద్లో కూడా నేను కోరేది ఏమంటే, in this competitive world, if you have to attract investments, if you have to attract buyers, I think you'll have to ensure that the green standards are met with, green building norms are met with, compliance with the building council norms are met with. At the same time, most importantly, like I said, elevations, the interiors also need to be of world standard. నిజంగా కూడా ఇప్పుడు హైదరాబాద్లో రేట్స్ చూస్తూ ఉంటే అప్పుడప్పుడు నాకు కూడా భయం వేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే I don't want the city to lose the affordability tag. I don't want this city to ever be called an expensive city. Even as of today, we are the second most affordable city in India with an average per square feet price of 4,450. This is not my number. This is a study of Anarok Group. My humble request to all the builders is, please don't only focus on the western part of Hyderabad. Kokapet or Gachibowli or Puppalguda, these are all attractive, I understand. Investors want to go there, I understand. But I've been trying hard, as a government we've been trying hard to also grow other parts of Hyderabad. Infrastructure ఈరోజు మీరు చూస్తే ఈస్టర్న్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్లో ఏం తక్కువ లేదు. ఇవాళ ఒక నాగోలో, ఒక ఎల్బీ నగరో, ఒక ఉప్పలో మీరు చూస్తే అక్కడ కూడా అన్ని హంగులు ఉన్నాయి. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ హూ వర్క్ ఇన్ ఐటీ సెక్టర్ అండ్ అదర్ సెక్టర్స్ ఆల్సో travel all the way from those other parts of Hyderabad. What we also need to do is start focusing on the eastern side, start focusing on southern side and also the northern part of Hyderabad, not obsess about west. ఎందుకంటే ఎంత ఎక్కువ ఇక్కడ వెస్ట్లో మనం కంజెస్ట్ చేస్తే, ఎంత ఎక్కువ డెన్సిటీ పెంచితే అంత డేంజర్ హైదరాబాద్కి. బికాస్ వీ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు ఎండ్ అప్ లైక్ బెంగళూరు, వీ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు సీ అవర్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ క్రమ్లింగ్. సో మై హంబుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ టు ద డెవలపర్స్, టు ఆల్సో మీడియా, is to also start promoting the virtues of the eastern, southern and northern part of Hyderabad, because we have some very ambitious infrastructure plans. Metro vistarana కానీ లేదా ఇతర అవకాశాలు కానీ అందరికీ హైదరాబాద్ నలుమూలల, ఎందుకంటే హైదరాబాద్ గురించి ఇంత హైదరాబాదే ఉందా ఇంకేం లేదా అని అడుగుతూ ఉంటారు కొంతమంది, వేరే పట్టణాలు లేవా అని. వాస్తవం ఏంటి అంటే, మహాత్మా గాంధీ ఎప్పుడో చెప్పారు భారతదేశం పల్లెల్లో నివసిస్తుంది అని. వాస్తవమే, 70% భారతదేశం ఇంకా పల్లెల్లో నివసిస్తోంది. 53% తెలంగాణ కూడా ఇంకా పల్లెల్లోనే ఉంది. కానీ పల్లెల్లో ఎక్కువ మెజారిటీ ప్రజలు ఉన్నా ఈ దేశాన్ని, రాష్ట్రాన్ని నడుపుతున్న ఎకనామిక్ ఇంజిన్స్ మాత్రం మన పట్టణాలు. ఇవాళ తెలంగాణ తీసుకుంటే ఒక హైదరాబాద్ నుంచే మనకు దాదాపుగా 45-50% మన జిఎస్డిపి కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఇక్కడ నుంచే ఉంటుంది. అందుకే మన నగరాలను ఎందుకు కాపాడుకోవాలి, నగరాల్లో ఎందుకు ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ పెట్టాలి అంటే, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఉత్పత్తి అయ్యే సంపదనే మనం సంక్షేమ అభివృద్ధి కార్యక్రమాల రూపంలో రాష్ట్రం అంతా కూడా ఖర్చు పెడతా ఉన్నాం. కాబట్టే మన నగరాల మీద ఫోకస్ పెట్టాలి. కాబట్టే నగరాల్లో నాణ్యమైన జీవన విధానాలు, జీవన ప్రమాణాలు ఉండాలి. ఉన్నట్టయితేనే మన రాష్ట్రం కూడా ముందుకు పోతుంది, దేశం కూడా ముందుకు పోతుంది. విత్ అన్వేవరింగ్ కమిట్మెంట్ అండ్ అన్ఫ్లించింగ్ సపోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఆనరబుల్ చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్, we will continue to forge ahead, and with the blessings of the people, I am very confident. Next year కూడా టైమ్స్ గ్రూప్ వాళ్ళు మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్పో పెట్టండి, మళ్ళీ నేనే వస్తాను. గవర్నమెంట్ ఎట్లాగో మళ్ళీ మాదే వస్తుంది, మాకేం డౌట్ లేదు. మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి మీరే పిలవాలని చెప్పి కూడా కోరుతూ థ్యాంక్ యూ. జై తెలంగాణ.
Test. Thank you so much, our honorable chief guest and honorable minister, Shri KTR Garu. And ladies and gentlemen, he has a lot of important lineup of events and meetings. But before that, I request the Times group to please step forward for a group photo opportunity with our honorable chief guest. The Times group, please step forward before our honorable chief guest will be leaving the hall. Times group, please come forward. Yes, you can even stand in front. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our honorable chief guest, honorable minister, Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu is now leaving for his other important events and meetings. I request everybody to please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody request you to please be seated. We have our program to be continued. So ladies and gentlemen, since its inception in 1996, Aparna Constructions has continually strived to transform lifestyles for the better. Over the span of 26 years, Aparna has delivered 48 iconic projects and catered to 18,000 plus happy families. Aparna's eye for detail in every aspect of construction, thirst for constant innovation, and its commitment to customer delight has made it not only a household name in Hyderabad, but also a growing brand in Bangalore and Vijayawada. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mr. Venkat Ravi from Aparna Constructions and State Private Limited. I request you, sir, Mr. Venkat Ravi, to please address the audience.
Good morning to the all.
A prominent name in real estate industry, recently unveiled its ambitious project, Honor Signatus, the biggest gated community in the heart of the city. With over 8 years of experience in the real estate ecosystem, Honor Homes has consistently aimed to develop projects to suit modern home buyers' needs and lifestyles. Having already completed 3.2 million square feet in their last two projects, Honor Homes acquired 56 acres of land at Ideal Road, which is 1.2 million square feet, is currently under development in 28.4 acres. That happens to be the most luxurious villa project, Honor Richmond. Now in the remaining 27.5 acres, the latest venture, Honor Signatus, is being developed with 7.8 million square feet and 3,266 apartments. I now request Mr. Balu Chaudhary, Promoter Director, Honor Homes, to please address the gathering. Yes, we also have with us Mr. Swapnil, so I request you, sir, to please join us.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Test. Yes, Mr. Kamal Krishnan just felicitated. Mr. Swapna Kumar.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning, people on the dignitaries on the dash. Thank you. Thank you, Times. It's been really wonderful because we have already launched a project called Honor Signatus, and it's been a very good success. And during this time, happening there, we being a part of this Times Expo would actually, support more for our new project. Thank you. Thank you, one and all who have supported Honor Homes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Swapnakumar Yanungada, ladies and gentlemen, Promoter Director, Honor Homes. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have with us another dignitary, so let me just give another brief introduction. Yes, so here we go. Founded in 2006 by Parpati Brothers, Rajapushpa Properties is a name to reckon with in the real estate space. Since more than a decade, they have been reinventing the standards of residential living in the form of gated community apartments, villas, and commercial IT spaces. Rajapushpa Properties believe that a well-conceived real estate space has the power to transform lives, and a smart design can impact the way they engage with their surroundings. Being in the business for 16 years now, Rajapushpa Properties has an impressive portfolio of 15 projects that equals to 35.13 million square feet built up area in both residential as well as commercial sectors, and a 5.6 million square feet in residential portfolio is in the pipeline. Rajapushpa Properties has over the years carved a niche for itself in the ever-growing real estate sector by creating new benchmarks in the aesthetics and design to offer an exclusive experience in the realty spaces. I now request Mr. P. Srinivas Reddy, Executive Director, Rajapushpa Properties Private Limited, to please address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on the stage and all the press people that are here, Times Now, Preeti. We have associated with Times for the last 15 years. It's been nothing but a great experience that we put up the projects in your expo. We have given ads in the Times property, and we have grown up along with Times property, our Times newspaper in Hyderabad, and we look forward to having this coordination with you in the years to come. And we have about 18 million SFT under construction right now, and we have about 4 projects in the design stages which we will be launching in the next 2 quarters. And thank you for the association, Preeti and everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. P. Srinivas Reddy. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an eminent panelist discussion. But before that, I request Mrs. Preeti to please step forward. Mrs. Preeti Paruchuri, Branch Vertical Head for Real Estate, to kindly please propose the word of thanks, post which we shall have the panel discussion, so please stay tuned. Over to Mrs. Preeti.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. There is a saying in real estate that there are 4 things that should come together for a prosperous real estate. First is good and a visionary governance, which promises safety, security, and development with a commitment. Would like to wholeheartedly thank our dynamic leader, Shri KTR Garu, who was here with us and his magic has created everywhere already, and we are looking forward to a great expo. And second is an entrepreneur who cuts no corners and delivers quality and gives us houses that we run into homes and feel proud of. I thank each and every real estate developer and its founders who have participated on this special occasion of the 3rd edition of Times Property Mega Expo by the Times of India. I would like to thank Aparna Construction as our continuing partner, Honor Homes, our new prime sponsor, Rajapushpa Properties, our star partner, and also the 40 plus developers who have made this expo a mega expo, of course. And the third piece of the puzzle for a prosperous real estate is this. Yes, it's us, the Times of India, who have made this expo allowed and really we made a big noise of this expo through various publicity. When I say us, I mean the Times of India team. I would a big shout out to my real estate team, Abhishek Singh and Bhanot Kumar. I want them to raise their hands. Yeah, Bhanot Kumar, I don't know. Yeah, okay. And yes, whose tireless work for months has brought this show together. And the incredible efforts of Santosh, Paruchuri, Achut, Rajit, Satish, and led by Vinny. Sorry if I miss somebody, maybe Nizam. And of course, special thanks to Kamal Krishnan, our Hyderabad branch head, Mr. Sundar Kondur, our director who couldn't make it, but his support is always with us. And yes, special mention goes to Sridhar Kohli, Ravi, Deepal and team, Sham, Archana, Tulsi Krishna, Radha Krishna, Vijay Bhaskar, and all my dear friends who are here to cheer us. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. The fourth is the God of all. That's the customer. And each and everyone who are here, who is going to make this expo a big and a mega event. Thank you so much. The Times of India takes immense pride in contributing to Hyderabad's real estate progress. Once again, thank you all, and come choose your future homes. So yeah, happy home hunting, but this is just a word of thanks for our dignitary here. We have a lovely panelist here waiting, curated by Deepal Gala, and please stay back for a knowledge sharing session, and request all of you to stay back. Thank you so much. The expo is open. Whoever wants to please go around, please. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ms. Preeti Paruchuri, Branch Vertical Head for Real Estate. I thank the dignitaries once again. Thank you so much, dignitaries. You may kindly please take your seats in the audience. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Kamal Krishnan there, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be moving forward to the panel discussion. Real Estate Seminar on Hyderabad, India's global city. This panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen, will be held in just 2 minutes from now. So I request everybody to please be ready. So yes, Real Estate Seminar on Hyderabad, India's global city, with our esteemed panelists. I would now request Ms. Deepal Gala, Senior Feature Editor, The Times Group, to please join us here on stage. I would now request Mr. Srikanth Reddy, Managing Director, Hyderabad, Cushman and Wakefield, to please come on to the stage. Yes, Mr. Srikanth Reddy, Managing Director, Cushman and Wakefield, Hyderabad. So we are glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Okay. I now would like to call upon Mr. Ajitesh Korpolu, CEO, ASBL, to please join us here on stage. Yes, please do clap for every panelist who is coming onto the stage. Thank you so much, Mr. Ajitesh. Thank you for joining us. And we are now honored to have with us Mr. Venkat Ramana, Managing Director, PVR Developers India Private Limited. Thank you, Mr. Venkat Ramana. Thank you for joining us. And would now like to call upon Mr. Kranti Kiran Reddy, Managing Director, Janapriya Upscale. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Deepal will now be conducting this session. Over to Ms. Deepal.
Thank you. That was a wonderful inauguration, and the minister always leaves us with a lot of hope and a lot of joy looking at how well this industry has been helped by the leadership of the state. And I remember that whenever I go to other states, they always compare themselves with Hyderabad and say, you know, ma'am, we are not there. So there is a definite reason to be in a celebratory mode through all the highs and lows. I mean, it's an industry, so it goes through highs and lows. So today, what I really love about this panel is there are people who speak their mind. They have seen the highs and lows of the real estate industry well. And we really hope the esteemed panel will share insights which we can take to our readers, which we can take to the government, which is always, you know, very keenly observing what we are sharing. And because you are as much stakeholders in the overall impression of Hyderabad, which a lot of people now call a global city, as much as anyone else. And very much like the minister said, you know, he really wants you to take care of the skyline because you are the ones building. So that's a good point to start off, but I just want to speak a little bit about them. Like Shrikant Reddy has brought us a lot of Fortune 500 companies to Hyderabad, and as Managing Director Cushman & Wakefield, his inputs will be vital to understanding where we are going as a global city, sir. And Kranti Kiran Reddy, who's the MD of Janapriya Upscale, he comes from a very eminent family which has been in real estate, and I have known, you know, your father well, sir, and his idea to come up with housing that is good for the city, and your own specialization in German technology, precast construction, given that you are an expert on construction management with your masters from the US, I'm sure you will have a lot of new vital points which you can share about how the construction industry can grapple with the huge demand for homes at different price points. And we have the well-known Paramivek Venkataramana, who has made a big name for himself with his commitment to urban environment. His constructions have always been seeking to be exceptional. So, sir, you are, like I was joking right now when we were talking, you're doing what he has, you know, requested all of you to do and help the city build its global brand. Ajitesh Khorupalu, CEO, ASBL, is a young, dynamic head of a real estate company and very involved in construction and research. Every time I speak to him, he has new thought on ideations, on interesting ways to advance the industry. So we have a very interesting panel. So, like, can we just begin with what the minister said about building the city in a way which the world respects? If you could just start with that and then we'll go into the details. Could we start with you, Shrikant? All of you take the mics. All of you can take the mics. They're all for you. Yeah, please.
Yeah, thanks, Dipal. So, from Hyderabad perspective, just to give an overall perspective of how the city is doing. First, what we very closely track is how well Hyderabad is attracting IT companies or biotech companies to Hyderabad. So, because that will have a direct impact on residential and other real estate activities. On that front, Hyderabad is doing extremely well. Post-pandemic, as a city, we are doing extremely well. In 2022, probably we have done one of the best years ever in Hyderabad. In 2023, we had a little slowdown in Q1, Q2, but there is a big uptake in the activity right now. So there are many GCCs started relooking at their entire strategies right now.
Yes.
And this is fantastic news. So we are looking at about creating another 10 million square feet of new office space take-up in Hyderabad this year. So which means it will have a direct impact on employment which is coming to Hyderabad, and it will automatically result in those guys buying in apartments and land and so on and so forth.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a fantastic thing for us.
So I'm sure taking the case of Hyderabad to any new MNC now in the world is not as much as an effort as it would have been 10 years ago.
It is much easier now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's.
Sell Hyderabad is much easier now.
So when will the houses catch up? So we have to ask all of you about your views on if this is, we are going towards the global city tag, and where all of you will pitch in to make this work.
Firstly, Deepal and Times Group, I'm really honored to be here, and thank you for having us here. So basically the concept of, building skyscrapers is called urban design, right? So as the Honorable Minister was saying, I think we are now pretty much ending to the closure of level 1, where level 1 involves good transportation facilities, good law and order situation. Now we need to move to level 2, where we need to start thinking on social infrastructure, right? For example, parks. Because see, if you have to attract a lot of citizens, right? High-skilled citizens need more services. Yeah. So we need to prepare a more conducive environment for the F&B sector, like parks, ecosystem around it. See, again, if you look at parks, we can't just give, large, green space. It doesn't survive like that. You need a lot of F&B stalls to anchor for crowd to come there. So Hyderabad has to now move into phase 2, where we start thinking about livability and services which the city is offering. Right, because high quality, talent requires a lot of services to consume.
Yes.
So the urban design practices and policies become very important. And next thing, see, over the last 2 years, the way the market has grown, right now commercially there is good viability to bring in global scale architects. Right, when you're bringing architects from different parts of the world,
yes,
they're going to even charge more. But now, luckily, the commercial environment is there. Builders are making that margin. So, and people have already started exploring, architects from different parts of the world. And I would like to particularly, move, maybe we can look at Singapore, because even climatic conditions is closer to Hyderabad. And Singapore has done extraordinary, leaps and bounds in terms of urban design and the sort of things that has been happening there from the point of view of city building. So we can work with people across the world, bring them in, and sort of, keep, upgrading our mindset in that line.
Their transport, their greening, exceptional.
Exactly. So exceptional. I would say, imagine like how a transistor is designed, the same way a city is designed. Right? So we need to think about city from purely design perspective, not just, I would say, from the basic necessities perspective. So we need to keep upgrading the design, and luckily now we're evolving to the version 2, I would say.
Yeah. Mr. Ramana, you have projects in several parts of the city. How much of the social infra impacts your projects, attractiveness, and what are your plans now to move as per the social, importance of each area?
Thank you for giving this opportunity. Social infrastructure plays a vital role for any project and the city expansion. Without social infrastructure, we cannot market the product, or we cannot have that viability in the market. Luckily, this government really focused not only within the city, suburban areas, they focused well, planned from the outer ring road and connection of roads, other social structure, they clustered it very well. Every part could be eastern, western and other parts. They done it very well. That is the reason you see Hyderabad, it is moving towards all the circles. It is not one place like previously when we talk about the western part, now eastern part focusing, northern part focusing. It is going very good. And the plan of this government, they clustered it very well, focused on each and every segment. Not only infrastructure or social activities or connectivities or something to bring to that areas, like only everything was not connected, established in western part. They also started some industries, SEZs, parks and everything. That is the main reason to grow globally. We already touched to the level of the globe is focusing us. They know about Hyderabad. Okay, no more marketing required here. Only thing is small corrections and go very well in the market.
So would you advise, Kranti, that people should, if they find a good space which is low social infra, given the dynamism in the city, anyway go ahead and invest because a lot of people are finding the CBD a little expensive and unaffordable now. So given the speed at which social infra is coming into districts, there's also the whole conversation about how we have too many new pockets in the city, and therefore to park good social infra everywhere, like schools and hospitals and everything, at the same pace is not easy for any city in the world, actually. So what is your view of this whole matrix, given that you built 35,000 homes already?
So, Deepal, thanks for having me here. In my view, I think we have a very proactive government, as well as the GHMC and HMD and all the bodies. They're very proactive. So you have this unique unlimited FSI in Hyderabad, which is not there in many of the cities. I think the part that we are missing is, like Jitesh was saying, we have to get to the level 2. So it starts with the norms. What are your parking norms? What happens if you give automated car parks? We are going 4 or 5 basements right now. It's not good. So there is a change that is required in the thought process. What happens if you give automated car parks is the power consumption goes up. So can you then subset it with solar? Is the other way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Then if you actually give solar in your buildings, then how are you offsetting the costs by transferring it to the grid? It's a major issue right now. Now, that is one side of the next level design and next level infrastructure norms have to change.
Yes.
This is what I really think has to happen. And we talked about Singapore. There are many commercial buildings in Singapore where the metro comes into the township.
Absolutely, goes through it. Yes.
And it's just that, the developers and the department has to sit together and come out with some kind of facility like that.
Yes.
Where, you don't have to get down your building, take a car or take a cab or take a auto at all, right? So those next level infrastructure nexus between developers and the people who make the bylaws, they really matter. Apart from that, fundamentals like, having your sidewalks clean,
yes,
having your cycling lanes within the city,
cycling lanes,
these
yes,
things are absolute need
essential
of the hour. I mean, this is something where we can say we are much better than you to a Mumbai or a Bangalore or anything, right?
Yes.
So I think that has to happen.
That absolutely is there. Hyderabad definitely is a notch higher than these cities. And Bangalore also attracted world talent, world companies, and has become packed as a city. But yes, the other thing you were talking about, the use of the metro. We have the new set of, the new maps have come up just a few days ago, where we are going to take metro all over the city. One thing that is not the same, and I would like your view on this, is the willingness to use public transport. Everybody wants their car, not one but 3 in their houses. I'm sure all of you do. And I'm just saying that, isn't it essential to make public transport also something people look forward to even ever think of efficient city, efficient energy, green city, whatever?
My view is very simple here. We have to go to the metro station. How do we get there?
Yeah.
We have to walk on the road. The sidewalks are all filled up with garbage and everything.
It's not possible.
So the fundamental is, you have to make the environment for a person who's probably earning 2 lakhs a month. He does not want to get onto a street where street dogs are there.
Yes, yes.
So you want to get to the metro station nicely first. Right? So you made a fantastic metro. Inside the metro looks nice. The metro station looks nice. But how do I get there? How do I make the passenger experience to get there? So that's why I say sidewalk is an important thing.
Yes.
Then also I think for communities that are already extremely developed, you have to start thinking in terms of monorails and things like that, where you're connecting the intricate parts of the towns. Right? Germany has done that extremely well. Electrical buses and monorails. If you're a senior citizen in Germany, you just don't have to get down and take your car. You can reach your hospital, monorail to metro, everything is connected extremely well.
Yes, I have
I think that's something that we have to do.
Absolutely.
So I think the fundamental is get the sidewalks first, absolutely clean and neat. You will definitely, so everybody wants to take a bike to the metro. Metro does not have so much of car parking or bike parking. right? So you have to make it conducive. Everybody wants to walk 15 minutes a day, right? So that part I think is really missing.
Vital, yes. Coming back to...
To add to Kranti's point, I would like to say that, yeah, we need to improve the walkability.
Yes.
And second, even from a planning norms perspective, we need to see, one is one's ability to reach to metro, that is the last mile trunk infrastructure, what they call. Other is even reducing the usage. Like for example, if you have a lot more, I think the future of urban design is mixed use zoning.
Yes.
So instead of people staying at one location and traveling to the other side of the city for offices, imagine everything is integrated into the same space. So world over, there's a lot of push now towards integrated planning where you can see the ground or maybe the bottom 2 floors as retail, then there's 3 floors of office space. So you are reducing the use of traveling itself.
Yes.
Like for example, I'll cite one example. Like you look at the Jubilee Hills around KBR.
Yes.
The government did a wonderful thing with all the one-ways, greatly reduce the amount of time one takes to cross it. So the thing with traffic is you make things better, then more cars come there and you'll jam the system. So the thing with traffic is it will only get worse whatever you do. It's never going to get better.
Shrikant, point taken. Shrikant, coming back to real estate, pricing, you know how the latest auction, we saw the kind of numbers we've never seen before, in which Knight Frank was part of the marketing team. Shrikant, do you worry? Because you always have this holistic top-down perspective of how the city is growing. Obviously, when MNCs bring in lakhs of people, they also need homes which are at the right price point. So I don't want to use word like affordable, luxury, because everybody has a different idea of what is affordable, what is luxury. But I'm just saying, when a city moves at this speed and becomes, like we've had the highest jumps, all the reports say it, highest jumps in value, the most, bought luxury homes. What does it ever worry you that we are becoming unaffordable, or does the unlimited FSI anyway will take care of everything, do you think? This is a big picture question, Yeah.
It is, from our perspective, it is definitely a worry, right? Because when it gets expensive, so we can't just only think from residential perspective. We have to look at from all asset classes perspective. Today, with this high pricing scenario for land, can any developer today think of even putting up a mall? Let's say in the Western Corridor, where you're talking about 60, 70, 80, 100 crore rupees per acre. There's no way anybody can put up a mall at the prices. Yeah. So you can't build malls, you can't build schools, you can't build anything else apart from this 50 or 4
of social infra not coming in, yes.
Yeah, because it's the land. And what is it further doing? We have all these so-called large private equity guys. It's all pushing them away from Hyderabad, which we'll all see those issues in terms of valuations and further real estate transactions while in the future times to come. It's a big problem. We have to address that. And it will automatically correct. I don't think there is anything specifically what anybody have to do it. One kind of slow turn in terms of sales will automatically correct the land prices.
Will help, huh?
Yeah, it's around the corner.
Kranti, you're nodding like yes, all of it. Please share your views.
Hello.
It's working? You can take mine.
Hello. Yeah. Thanks. So I think I was just talking to Shrikant, and it's a serious worry. Part of my job, I actually do some retail in the US. I build some retail there, get an idea of what happens there. There's a solution and a problem here. One, if you actually take out unlimited FSI, then we don't become an affordable city, right? But if you keep the unlimited FSI, then you're not building any retail, you're not building any commercial space because it's not feasible. The private equity people are not interested to invest into a commercial into the city because you'll have a neighboring guy coming and launching a larger square foot project. So people will, the desired lease rates won't be feasible. So these are the issues that I think are going on. So I think the answer is zoning. The answer is to say that, I will not approve more than 40 lakh square feet of commercial space, and until the developers show me leasing, I would then probably go and approve more. That gives a lot of comfort. You don't have to touch the FSI norms for that. Then the retail, you have to definitely say that you have to leave 10 to 20% of the pockets in each area conducive to retail.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
right?
Yes.
I think so. I think tweaking these geos, and then you can maintain the residential affordability, you can maintain the land prices and the sale prices the way you want to, and actually then come up with a solution for the commercial and the retail spaces. So I think the decision should not be between curtail FSI or not curtail FSI. The decision is somewhere in between. There are a lot of advantage because we have FSI, right? So I think that's
absolutely.
where
Point taken. And we keep coming back to design, you know.
Like to add
yes.
one point. I think one other way that can be addressed is again like you can mixed use development due to see one thing good thing with higher prices is it even lifts the the entire aspiration of the city. See, one element is affordability. The other element is, okay, now let's say somebody brought a land at like 100 crores. Now you have to work with global architects. You're upping the design game. So that's the pro side of it. And I think we need to allow the market to probably, find its right valuation. Free market policies are generally good, right? So restrictive ones will have some sort of hindrance onto the market. So like, let's say we have a very big, like Singapore, for example, has under all the major housing communities has a very big mall. Right, and that's and you're even giving them a captive market. So maybe that sort of thing we can look at rather than curtailing the price, because free markets are generally better.
Yes. Mr. Ramana, many reports we have read in the last 2 years which keep highlighting that the luxury market in Hyderabad, whatever is happening to the other markets, but the luxury market in Hyderabad is constantly doing well, in the sense that, like he was talking, the aspirations of people have gone up. Everybody wants larger homes. In Hyderabad, we have this space. What has your experience been over the last 10 years? How have people changed in their approach to a luxury home?
It's all comes from the traditional families. The way we are, Hyderabad was there before the real estate, this thing. A lot of people, next generation came, their affordability is there because of the real estate activities or their business growth and this thing. Luxury, there is obviously very good demand, but proportionately there is a portion for it. Okay, from last 2-3 years, suddenly the big size segment came. A lot of builders started doing it. There is a lot of competition also prevailing in this. Lucky factor is market is taking that what are the built area, but it is not a continuous demand. More compared to the luxury, affordability is always a good player in the market for any real estate company or anything. But by the time to create a good house or which we can show to the public or we can give the good facilities, luxury obviously we can do better than it. This segment is a limited segment, but because of my family or other families near me, okay, everyone, we stayed in a very big houses where our ancestors built. We are continuing that. Now my kids or my father, my brothers and everything came up. We want to have an independent big house, which again now because of the land rates or water space availability within the city we cannot do. They changed our mind to have a good flat of the similar size, okay, where it had everything within the compound. Okay, we need not move from it, more of a
separate. The whole concept of gated communities, yes.
Yeah, so it plays a vital role. Luxury, recent 2-3 years, there is a lot of growth in the luxury segment, but the share in the market is very minimal, okay, where already a lot of builders started, everyone started doing it. And I think there is a very good intake also in the market.
Yes. No, thank you. Let's discuss some of the pain points. Like, we've always had this conversation about our RERA not being... See, we can't think of being a global city if our RERA is not strong. You know, because for people to park giant chunks of money or get into the equity side, it's without a strong RERA in the geography of the state. There is always going to be a worry. And then, of course, UDS has constantly been coming up over the years, now a little less than earlier. But I would really like to hear your honest thoughts about these kind of pain points for which we have kind of not really paid attention, though we knew it was there. But we haven't, and now the government seems to be looking at it. Are you satisfied? Do you think we'll be good? But let's start with you, Shrikant. Global cities need strong law and order, and he himself said that in his speech. So part of law and order is definitely for real estate, the RERA, not having schemes like where you can fly by night, pick up money and then not be there. Shrikant, you should tell us, do these things concern the people who are going to put in big equity? Do they ask you this question at all?
Absolutely. It is a concern for the investors. It is a concern for the industry. Let's say somebody who is following RERA to the T in terms of their cash flows, approvals, and somebody who is not, it's absolutely not a fair thing for the guys who are actually following all the norms, right? So there is no mechanism right now to tackle this. And as the city, as the government, we should really look into that in deep.
Yes. You, Kranti, had a lot to say about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, developer has to put his money to buy the land. If he does not, it is not his project. Correct?
Yeah.
RERA came because there were a lot of developers who actually in the north it happened. They used customers' money, they launched the project without the permission, and then they started purchasing the lands. Lands have hundreds of issues in this country.
Yes.
There's revenue issues, there's so many issues, boundary issues, so on.
Ownership, duplication of
title and
titles, yes.
So RERA got implemented because developers should not use customer money to do activities like purchase of land and everything without having proper approvals.
Yes.
Unfortunately, right now, if you don't have RERA, and RERA is becoming a little serious in the city right now, but if you don't have strong RERA, then you will have a difference between people who are abiding by the law, developers who are abiding by the law, and developers who are not. And right now, developers who are not abiding by the law are making more money than developers who are abiding by the law.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, nobody will abide the law.
Ultimately, nobody will.
So you will be pushed to do that. Yeah, pushed to find a way. He's smiling a lot, so you've done that.
You have to find a way.
You have to find a way.
I did not still.
Yes.
But I will look to. Why not? Right?
Why not?
And there's a developer who's large enough and who's doing this.
Yes.
Then I will not. I'll lose out in the game.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, that project is not mine. It is customer's project. I've not put my money in at all.
And customers are worried because interest rates are rising like crazy and people are having second thoughts about whether they can or cannot afford an EM. I'm just being very genuine over here. So you are smiling a lot. So what are your stories? We would really like to hear. Did you jump the gun and go and buy? Did you start the project?
People, I think, see, the concept of the UDS, this is a very complicated problem. Right? So one, progressively we are getting better at it. From 2020 or 2019 onwards to probably 2023, the pre-sales are definitely on a downward trend. And we need to realize that there's only a certain amount of success we can achieve in this, never 100%. And that success is going to be a combination of awareness building through nodal agencies like CREDAI and media, and at the same time with RERA. Like for example, RERA, if you look over the past, if I'm not wrong, couple of months or something, we have got a dedicated commissioner. So naturally the emphasis has gone up. You wouldn't believe now there's in the RERA office there are 3 dedicated desks where people are working, scraping online ads to see anybody doing advertisements before getting RERA. So we are progressively getting better, but at the same time the awareness drive shouldn't stop. Like for example, in 2020 a lot of the media partners in tandem with CREDAI really brought in the awareness of what are the cons of this, the UDS scheme. Of course, there are some pros there also. Like, people end up making a better return. But for all the advantages it gives, it has a lot more risks and a lot more disadvantages. Absolutely. And definitely it will, push brand Hyderabad to a more risky game plan. I would put it that way.
That's the thing. It takes away from the brand.
So it's a constant awareness drive.
Mr. Ramana?
Yeah.
Your RERA and UDS both.
RERA case, I clearly, my observation on the RERA, okay. From the last couple of years or say months, okay, there is a lot of awareness what we are seeing from the customer. I don't see a customer who is not talking about RERA. Everyone, the first question previously they used to ask you have a permission or you have approvals and sort of thing. Most of them doesn't know what is the main role of a RERA. But general people started asking whether you have a RERA approval.
Even today you're saying most people
lot of 90% of customers who walk into the offices, now they're talking about RERA. I see there is a lot of awareness coming in the minds of the people. Slowly, it may take a little bit of time, but without RERA, see, this awareness should come from the customer. Okay, we may set 100 rules, but the followers are the customers. They are moving towards RERA, they are understanding what is the need of a RERA, and slowly if the RERA is there, system is in place. All the other activities which is against the rules they're doing, like UDS and everything, keep stop.
Yes.
And recently there is no much announcement from any of the builder or public, like we are starting a pre-launch project or something like that.
Yes.
Seriousness is last from 9 months to 1 year.
I keep getting forwards because people keep saying, see, this is going without RERA, that's going without RERA. You know, they're saying, see, how can they do it even now? You know, the whole builder community gets upset actually.
Forward messages, mainly it's not only from the builder side, it is a lot from the marketing people who are working for the builder and other activities. They do their own thing. But observation from, because we are concentrating 4-5 areas. We also focus on who are the other people playing around us and competitors. Recent times from last 7-8 months, we're not seeing much people announcing the new projects on UDS and everything.
Also. Yeah, things have become better.
That is a good positive sign. Slowly, like places like
Dubai. That's a big relief. That's a big relief. Last 10 years, this is all I've been hearing from every builder actually. This is not a small thing, it's a huge thing. But see, I think
we develop some AI tools to probably, catch hold of the
catch hold of them right away. Yes.
So we'll probably work in tandem with RERA to develop the use case.
I think so. You know, RERA works with all of you. Yes, things would move faster, 100%. That's one point.
It is a new organization, new setup they done, and new regulation body. It also takes a lot of time, and the main question is the staffing problem. Still, RERA what had is heads were there now. Good, that is senior heads were there. Experienced people like Balakrishna and other added board. But the thing is on the ground trend, people, the office bearers who are there, they don't have an adequate staff to monitor all this.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Hyderabad, every day 10 projects are starting.
But other states are managed, so we should.
Yeah, we have to do, and to the knowledge what we had, they started, as our colleague said, they started an internal tool to monitor on all the ads and other things, social media, which is easy. And they also now have a receiving complaint desk, like my competitor, I can place a complaint, this is there.
This is
at least that communication system, they increased a lot nowadays.
Yes. No, that's very heartening to hear. See, I do think we all would agree that Hyderabad as a city is in a good place. Though there will be challenges in any city, there are challenges here. Given the water situation, the power situation, the infra that we all have been talking about for so many years. But now once the GO111, as a concept and thought has come into our lives, some people feel that it may do damage to a market picture which is very sturdy right now. Some people feel it is fantastic. Some people are worried that the lake beds will be taken away. All kinds of things. So Shrikant, what is your view? What is the Cushman view on this? And how will it play into the picture of the global city?
From real estate perspective, global city perspective, I would say it is good for the city, right? Because it gives more opportunities, more avenues to create better projects, better zoning, what we can think of right now, which we were lacking in the past, right? It's a new opportunities to create better environment, better neighboring societies, I would say.
Better design, which we have been talking about continuously.
We can, like we're starting a building from the scratch, we do everything. Now we can start a new city altogether with this new opportunity.
Kranti, what do you think?
As long as we're not getting into the water collection zones in 111 Geo, I think it's all right to regularize them. It will ease the land pricing to a certain effect. It will it will increase the affordability. Not all buildings have to be 40 floors. 15 floors also is tall enough.
Yes.
Right? So I think all of that natural scale down of extreme infrastructure will come down. But I think this is a good opportunity also to create, zones for commercial, for retail, for
all
social
the things
infrastructure.
we were talking about.
Yeah, it opens out. You don't get so much land. It's a good opportunity for the government to actually rethink the strategy in terms of how do you create lung spaces, how do you create social infrastructure. So I think if they do a great job of it, I think...
it may just be the one thing which has turned around the city totally, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Ramana, your views?
It's a great opportunity getting 82 villages, land of 1 lakh square acres into the place. Thing is, we already had huge high-rise scrapers and other things. This 111 GO last period, environmentally it grown like anything. I mean, there is a lot of good water bells, space and everything. Government should focus in the same terms, okay? Instead of allowing to have a big high-rise buildings, there is a huge demand for villa projects, community-based good projects, villa projects and other things, independent houses, other thing. If government focus on that and try to create a new environment-friendly business, peri-urban zones there,
Yes.
okay, which will be really good for the market, as well as builder can do some business, and same time environment saving and other things will also be there.
Yes.
Both can carry equally, rather than building, again allowing the high-rise buildings, because we have a lot of space for the high-rise buildings still. It's in the city. That is anyway, it's out of the city, reachability
Yes.
is a little bit less. So better government should concentrate on something in grounds of the environment and the marketable conditions.
Thank you. No, I think all your views are very valuable. Ajitish, you want to just wrap this? I think you have shared what builders really have in their mind, what consultants have on their mind. And while we are in a good place, let's make it better. Let's not let any new rule come and dampen the spirit of the city, right? So Ajitesh, you want to just...
So I think it's a big advantage. The 111 is coming, it's probably going to go away because one, it's going to increase the fundamental supply. So now there's close to 1 lakh acres of land which will come into development, right? So supply is good, so then we'll see participation from pan-India developers or maybe developers from the world over. So definitely there'll be a lot of opportunities for people to look and learn. That would be one major advantage. And then I think because it's a new land which is coming up, it can naturally be better planned, right? So because it's very difficult to do brownfield planning. It's very costly, but there is greenfield planning. So we can do that, and I would say definitely enhance the livability quotient of the city, and fundamentally maybe start focusing on the parameter of ease of living. Can be one thing.
So, as we go into an election year, and we will all watch what's coming up for us, but I do think Hyderabad has been a city of good fortune, and all of you have contributed to it. Cushman, with all its agility, has brought in phenomenal brands, and really I think each one of us is like a brand ambassador of the city in some way. And at the right time, when you raise the right points and bring the government's focus on them, because the government is looking at some 20,000 points, but you say this and this has to be taken care, otherwise the city will get into trouble. That's where your vital role is, beyond the fact that you are owners of big property brands. So I really thank you, and especially because I can see the activity that is happening around us, and it's contributing a little bit to the sound and volume, but all of you have been great panelists. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Actually, Deepal, I would like to add one point, and I would like to request the Times Group to the initiative, something which you have done, like the citizen journalist,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Maybe if we can host constant seminars where we bring in developers, citizens and the government together to talk about urban policy perspective.
That's a good idea.
Because so far government is focusing on the macro things,
yes.
Transportation, safety and security. Now we need next level laws are more sort of granular.
Yes.
So building designs, building norms. So maybe such sort of discussion will greatly empower the the entire ecosystem. So
absolutely, there is a point in that, and builders of that area know better the issues and the promises of that area. Absolutely. Point taken, and thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you.
In the front, yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a photo opportunity now. And I would also request Ms. Deepal Gala to present a small token of appreciation to our eminent panelists here. So Ms. Deepal Gala will be presenting a small token of appreciation to our panelists. I request, Mrs. Preeti to please join us here on stage to do the honors. Yes, Ms. Preeti Paruchuri to do the honors for felicitating our esteemed panelists. And would also request, yes, everybody on stage to please pose for a photo opportunity. Thank you so much, our esteemed panelists. Thank you for joining us. That was indeed an informative session there. And like our Honorable Chief Guest mentioned, we request all the builders to focus more on the west, not the west, the east, the north, and the south rather than the west, because west is already booming. So that is the message for today. Let's focus more on the north, the south, and the east of Hyderabad, and let's make Telangana shine brighter with more lucrative property projects there for our buyers. The expo is on, my dear friends. Please proceed for the expo. And today there will be some amazing offers also that you can grab. Yes, we have best of the builders with their zones representatives giving you the best offers for the day. So please also spread the word around and make some noise on our social media platforms. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Times Expo here. So we can now proceed to the expo and get to know more about the opportunities, the projects, and what best is being offered by our builders. Thank you once again. Thank you, my dear friends. On behalf of the Times of India, I would like to thank you for taking time out to be present here with us, and thank you for joining us. I request you to please proceed for the expo. Thank you.